How to name a cat. You see, we lived in a too small house. A house built for two, and we were more. I needed an office space that I didn't have to rent. My publishing business could be run as easily from the home office as from the office space that it was currently in. All I needed was space to put the equipment. Computers, printers, copier, light table, files, and more files. But we lived in a too small house. We found a house, a big house, an old house, a house with a basement room with an outside door, an office space where my sales staff could come and go without interrupting life in the home. We bought the house. The house was a Victorian, built with huge red Colorado sandstone in 1890. Although it was now in Des Moines, at the time it was built, newspaper stories about it wondered, why would anyone want to live so far outside of the city? Although it was no longer surrounded by fields and forest, we soon discovered that there were wild creatures that wanted to share our home. Mice. We needed a cat, a tomcat, an old cat, a cat wise in the ways of mice. We needed a cat. We needed a hunter, a slayer of mice. Having overheard that I wanted a cat, our daughter, knowing of a person who raised cats, brought us 2 female kittens in a cage in which they had lived most of their lives, in a cage that they were afraid to leave. 2 scaredy cats, 2 kittens, ignorant of mice and their ways. Kittens, not cats, not what I wanted. But I couldn't send them back to that pet mill from which they came. Names. They needed names. I don't really know why people give names to cats. Cats seldom come when you call their names. Well, they may come when you say, kitty, 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 and offer them food. Or they may just lift their heads from where they lay curled in the sun and stare at you with the most dismissive of looks. But we feel the need to name them. It's our God-given duty to name the animals. Read Genesis chapter 2 and verses 19 through 20 if you don't believe me. Names. They needed names. Now, the black cat was easy to name. After all, aren't all black cats named Midnight? The gray tabby cat. What to name the gray tabby? Something to match her personality. Crazy cat, kitty retardo, skittish kittish. It happened when my son and I were sitting at the table in the kitchen. The kitchen was only one of 3 rooms in the house without carpeting, the other 2 being bathrooms. So there we were sitting and pondering names. That was when the gray tabby made an entrance. Now, I don't mean to say that she came into the room. I mean to say she made an entrance. It was an entrance that we recognized. We had seen that entrance many times on TV, on Seinfeld. The kitten came sliding sideways into the kitchen and then did a little twitch and looked at us expectantly. Kramer. It was obvious that the kitten's name was Kramer.